Welcome to Fresh Convos, Season 2. We got special guest, Elders of Zion. We got Face and DJ Terratori. Say what's up, y'all.
What's
What's up?
up? How's it going?
Hello, world.
Yes, indeed. So let's start this. Um, so where are you from? Both of you.
Well, I was born and raised in DC. That's pretty much it.
Um, I was born in Kentucky, in Louisville, Kentucky, but I was raised in I was raised in Riverdale, raised in Cheverly, raised in Northeast, but mostly Maryland, Northeast and Northwest later on, but mostly Maryland. DMV for sure.
Merlin.
Maryland.
There you go. So what groups were you in? Go ahead, Faith. What groups were you in?
Shoot, as far as hip hop, basically it always started off with me and 1-2, aka Dimensions, aka Dimes, from the package in the New Golden Era. But we started off as Urban Dialect, but then we found out some cats from Baltimore. We don't know if they had it first or not, but we found out some cats from Baltimore were rocking with that name. And so, you know how Dimes is, and me, I'm the same way. We just figured, well, we're gonna step it up and build, and we came with Organic Symmetry. Organic Symmetry was actually a, um, a song title that he wanted to work on for one of our songs, is Urban Dialect. But I was always like, man, that's a dope name, man. I don't, that's a group name. So he was like, all right, that's what's up. So we became Organic Symmetry, and that's it.
That's dope.
Yeah, that's not the crew, of course. I know you get into the crew later, but group wise, Urban Dialect became Organic Symmetry.
Right. And then your crew?
The Infinite Loop, baby.
There
You
you
know
go.
what it is. Infinite Loop. Oh, you know what, man? I'm remiss. I'm remiss. Forgive me too, because I also was one of the MCs, the later MCs of the DC legendary Three Levels of Genius, 3LG. Forgive me for
There you
forgetting
go.
that. Yeah.
Big
But
LG. Word.
yeah, big up, shout out to that whole crew. Pun One, Head Rock, Blas, Platted Mind, who else? Kigo, Fudge Pudge, Diggy Dam, for sure. The old MCs, Brian Tusi, Ahmed Metalogic. Yeah.
Dope. Dope. How about you, DJ Territory?
I don't even know how to back that up. Let's see. um, I was flowing around in Blackburn Center in Howard, and I ran across these two guys, Phaser and Mouse of Earthbound, and I became one of the members of Earthbound. And then later on, I wasn't even sure, or I didn't even know, but later on in life, I was also told that I was an honorary member of the Amphibians, but I'm not quite sure if that was, I was like,
Yeah, of
really?
course you are.
Awesome. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I hung with the loop, but I wasn't a member of the loop, you know.
Mhm.
But we all hung together, so it was, that's pretty much it.
That's dope. How long have you two known each other?
Mm.
It's got to
Uh,
be close to 20 years.
Over 20 years. But
I
yeah,
don't even
shit,
know.
like 20, 20, 22, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, actually, wow, yeah. 95, 94, 94. So basically, yeah, about 94,
Yeah.
about
Yep.
20 years. Wow. Ooh.
I know, right?
That's a wow.
Yeah, I'm talking about close to 20. Yeah, it's damn near close to 30.
Yeah.
What got you into DJing?
Me.
Go ahead.
I did.
Ah.
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay. I thought you was going. Well, me, when I first got into hip hop, that's what I wanted to do. I first started off, um, I was a house head because I came into hip hop from being back at school in Baltimore at Morgan State.
Mhm.
And at that time, go-go, hip hop, and house music and reggae, it was all, what I'm saying? It was like that. Um, so I was a all of those head, but especially a house head at the time. So I started off wanting to be a house DJ. And then as the hip hop started wearing on me more, like, kind of getting up in me more, um, man, Rebel Without a Pause. I remember hearing that. And I remember hearing, I can't even remember which KRS-One joint it was, but I used to hear those all the time. And then I picked up the albums and I started noticing that the samples they were using was stuff that was in my pop's crates. And I was like, oh man. So I just started playing around. I had an old ass Casio SK1, like like 1 second of sampling time. So I'll make the start stop tape, the pause tapes, and stuff like that. And then I just wound up doing beats. But as far as DJing, I started off wanting to be a house DJ from being in school at Morgan.
That's dope. Wow. That's dope.
Hmm.
Now, how about you, DJ?
Me. So, for a brief moment in time, I lived in Florida. Um, in the '80s, late '80s, and so I kind of got into it in high school. I was about 16. Um, well, actually, the very first time I put a needle on a record was when I was about 5. My mom let me play Herb Alpert's Rise. And that was the only record I was allowed to play in the ensemble ever. I was the only record. So, but about 16, um, some friends of mine had this huge coffin and they would bring it to school for, little things that they would do or whatever. And I was just interested in it. And I would go over there and practice. I wasn't really a whole, like, really good or whatever, but my friend put one of those, he taped one of my sessions, and there was a radio station, Power 96, and they would have these competitions, I guess, for, amateur DJs that send their mixes in for whatever. And he sent the mix in. And I heard it on the radio, and I was like, oh my God, it wasn't really all that good, but it was awesome. So that's what pretty much started it. I was like, I want to hear my shit on the radio all the time.
What kind of music do you enjoy spinning?
Um, I enjoy spinning jungle, hip hop,
Hmm.
house, um, all variations of house. Uh, I like jazz, but it's kind of hard to spin jazz, so I just end up like, playing it and just, not really mixing it, but playing it out. But that's pretty much it.
That's dope. That's dope. When did you move to the West Coast?
Ooh, which one you want first?
Go ahead.
Cause say it again.
When did you move to the West Coast?
Um, officially,
When did
um,
both of you?
well, shoot, I just kind of got here the last few years. Um, and with this pandemic that's going on, I'm just like, I need to figure out what the hell's going on. You know what I mean? Just fine, start all over, you know?
Hmm.
Um, yeah, Faces. I think he's been out here a little longer than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been out here since about 2004.
2000. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, about 2004 is when I came out. Yeah, I transferred with the with my jobby job, but the whole deal was really like it was an opportunity to get into the music scene out here for real. That's what the transfer was really about. But I came out in about 2004.
How is life over there compared to DC?
Mm.
Man,
Mm.
besides the weather, I mean, DC is beautiful in the autumn. The trees and the cherry blossoms. You know what I'm saying? But just overall weather, can't touch it. This is a Mediterranean climate, so it's like
Yes, it's
it's
nice.
fly all the time. And plus, where I stay at, I'm like right down the street from Hollywood, so I see the hills, I see all the rich people houses and all that stuff. It's a constant inspiration for me to drive. You know what I'm saying? For me to like grind, not drive like drive up into the hills, but like grind. But the lifestyle is DC, we chill. Everybody's pretty laid back, pretty cool for the most part. And it's like that out here too, but it's also at the same time fast paced. Like it's fast pace and spurts. You know what I'm saying? Like people be chilling, just doing whatever. You mingle, you meet people. And then as people get to know each other and they talk, they find out they might have something in common or somebody might spark up an idea. And the next thing you know, shit's just popping real fast and then everybody's chill again. So it's like it's in between. It's a laid back rush. I call it laid back express.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You like it, right?
Yeah, I do. That's why I'm still out here, man. I miss DC. If I could transplant DC out here, that would just be fine, right?
That's so.
But yeah, I like it though, man. It's all right, man. It's all right. I can't front on Cali.
Hmm. When did Elders of Zion form?
Yeah.
Mm. Um, was it last couple years ago?
Elders of Zion. The idea been bopping around for maybe about 4 years.
Right.
Is call it official, I would say maybe about two.
Yeah.
Okay. And what is the concept of the name of the group?
Mm.
Well, elder, we ain't all that young, you know what I mean? So that says it all. Like for real, like we
Zion.
okay. Well, me call it me then, damn Shit, like just like you, we kind of we came into hip hop around the golden era of hip hop,
Right.
which is what the millennials they call that shit old school now, and you know, and then the Zion aspect just comes from the like the spiritual side of like the reggae aspect, the roots aspect.
Right.
It's a little spiritual, little religious thing in there, but that's paradise. That's the chosen people's paradise, and also it's a little matrix, a little matrix.
Yes.
Too. When you come out of the matrix, you inside.
Exactly.
You
Yep.
And
know,
we are
Zion.
the elders of Zion. Yes.
Who did the production?
Say it again.
Who did the production?
Oh, we both did. We both we both worked on that. Um, I laid a little. He fixed it up. He laid some. I laid some. But it was basically a, a, a group effort.
Group effort. Okay.
Yeah.
And what beat machines did you use?
Um, I used Reason,
Okay.
which is a DAW. Um, I don't think did we pull the MP3? Did we pull the MP3 out?
Nah, the MPC didn't come out mostly just because oops, my bad. I like working on mine, but the stuff like I had the old MPC 2000, and the stuff
Right.
I was trying to do on mine, I basically broke it because I was trying to force it to do stuff that that its brain was not programmed to do. So I was like, I can't fuck with it.
Mm.
So for me, everything we both used Reason basically. We both used
No, I think we pulled the MP out for like one, just
we did,
to,
we pulled the MP out,
yeah.
but this it's embedded
Right.
in in the
Okay.
back in the back end of one of the tracks. Kismet. It's embedded in the back end of, so there's one joint in there, but
Right. But the majority of it is Reason.
That's
Yeah.
And where can people purchase this album?
Right now at Bandcamp.
Okay.
Uh, should
Elders.
I plug the
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
Elders of Zion? What is it? Elders.bandcamp.com
Elders of Zion.bandcamp.com. Elders with a S.
with an S.
With an
Yes, not with a Z.
S. And what's your favorite song off the album?
Dry Raindrops. Oh, I love that song.
I got a toss up between Co-Create, Soul Sister 3, and Sheeple, but I have to say Sheeple probably gets top billing of those three because of the unity and the multi-culti global message of it all.
That's dope.
Hmm.
Who created the logo?
I did. Um, I was actually, it's funny. I have so many different versions of that logo. And then one day I just took my brush and and that was it. I was like, I worked on that logo for like almost a whole year. And then at the end of it all, you know what I'm saying? The simplest thing, I was just like, oh,
That's
Yeah,
hey,
I
dope.
was
look at
breathing
that.
down her neck. I was on her back about that whole thing. The first couple of iterations, I was like, no,
Right,
do something else. I don't like that. Do something else. So yeah, she
right.
ultimately came up with it. And then, like she said, she just was like, man. And I was like, that's it. That's it.
That's dope. I like the logo, by the way. That's
Thank you.
dope.
Thank you, sir.
So are you guys planning to do like visuals, like music videos for this project?
Um, yeah, yes, we are. We've been doing little trailers, to give some visual to, a little snippet of the songs here and there. But as far as like an actual factual video, like a full length video, it's in the works, but right now we're gonna do the trailers, just to keep everybody in, what's the word I'm looking for? Suspense.
Yeah. Nah, that's dope. That's dope. Territory, is this your first time recording vocals?
Professionally, yes. I've done a few projects in the past,
Hmm.
but they never really made it out, into the world. But yes, this would be my first time having myself out into the world.
Exposed.
Exposed, even, yes.
And what's the experience like?
Mm, educational. I would have to say it's been highly educational. There's a lot of work that goes into it
Hmm.
that I didn't realize was, you know what I mean? You see other people do it, they make it look so easy. But for real, there is a lot of work that goes into projects like this. And it's very exciting. And I mean, I'm looking forward to doing so much more now that I got my feet wet.
She being nice.
Am I?
I was on her ass in the booth, boy. Take 35, do it again,
Oh my God.
man. I mean, like, yeah, bro. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that, hear her response to that question, because, bro, I think I'm a fun tyrant, but I'm a tyrant in there,
Yeah,
man.
he's
Do it
pretty
again. Do it again. You can do better. Come on.
Nah, that's real dope though.
no, but I really appreciated it though. You know what I mean?
He pulled it off, man. Because when every take that's on there was the take where I was like, yes,
Yeah.
that's the one. Yes.
What's the concept behind the song Sheeple?
Ah, there you go.
Sheeple is the joint that's like we all connected. You know what I'm saying? It's the Buddhic vibe. Everybody is insulated in their own particular world. It's billions of people on the planet, so there's billions of worlds in one world, right? But ain't nobody really any different than anybody else. Some people got better jobs
Mm-hmm.
or more fun jobs, so it seems. Some people live in nicer climates. Some people are afforded nicer material things, what have you. But on the day to day, from the street level, from the street to the skyscraper, man, everywhere you go, everybody's going through the same thing. But you won't know it if you don't never make it off your block, if you don't never make it
Right.
out of your hood, if you don't ever make it out the country. You will never know that the slums here are like the slums in China, or like the favelas in Brazil, or like the bricks in the UK, or somewhere. You know what I mean? So it's like the one time where people can finally realize that everybody going through the same thing. It's like maybe we can finally have that Star Trek moment, and everybody just be like, all right, this race shit is some bullshit. We all succumbing to the government, so we all going through the same thing. So it's like, we all sheeple.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope, man. So what's the meaning of the title of the album F Bomb?
Hmm.
Well, you know what an F bomb is, right?
What's your
When
meaning of
somebody says fuck,
that?
right? And so, the world is, in some aspects, you could say the world is fucked, right? But at the same time, like for real, on some hermetics, like the world is still beautiful. Being alive is beautiful, regardless. Every day that you got breath, there's a chance that you can do more. There's a chance that you can do better. There's a chance that you can raise your station. You know, um, so within what could be called a fucked up situation, we offer this musical and lyrical gift kind of as a salve or a balm for the wound that could be some people's everyday life. So it's a F bomb.
Right, because you spelled it differently, right? Because usually
Yeah,
Right.
F bomb is BOMB, right?
yeah. So definitely a play on words.
Yeah, that's dope. What are your U Street memories?
Oh, you street memories. um, mm, let's see. I remember Nyala. I remember. Oh, do I remember Nyala? Yes. Um, and State of the Union, spinning in the back of State of the Union, going to see Sam at State of the Union. Coffee House. Lord have mercy, Coffee House. Bar none. Yeah. If I was at State of the Union or Nyala, I wasn't at Bar None, But I didn't go there as often as some. But I remember bar none too. Just walking up and down U Street back then had a weird feeling to it. Like we could be there and it was a safe place. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? It was really not a whole lot of controversy or, you know, I don't know what's the word I'm looking for, but it was awesome. It was an awesome time.
U Street was home for sure. I mean, and she said safe zone. It definitely was
Yeah.
a safe zone. I'm gonna tell you a quick story that let you know how much of a for real safe zone that joint was. The Loop. We had a show one night at State of the Union, and man, Lakim was supposed to be there, but for some reason, Lakim had to go home. So I was like one of the few people at the time that had a car. So I went to me and Hetty and Lakim. We went to, I think maybe it was one other person, but I don't remember who it was. We went to take Lakim home, but we didn't know where Lakim was staying. The block was hot, sizzling, like cops staked out in the area type of hot. So we drop Lakim off, and when we go to take off, one of them old Crown Vics pulls out. So it's following us, and somebody in the car, I won't put that person on blast, but somebody in the car was like, "Oh shit, man, the cops are following us." So I'm like, "Okay, well, whatever, so what?" But you know me, I always had the tree, so we was jive. It was pretty smelly in there, but I was like, "Well, whatever, we just gonna chill." But the person was like, "Nah, man, we need to get it." So I'm driving the stick, dump the stick down from Fifth to Third, and take off. We wound up in a damn quiet car chase all the way up from where Lakim lived down to State of the Union. Somehow we made it there. And when we got there was already people outside kind of waiting on us to get there. So we got out. The plan was when we got out, we just gonna act like we didn't even know they was following us. So when we got out, they got out. They, guns and everything was out, and we was like, "What? What's going on?" And this was back before they just shoot you. The cops
Right.
still had a little bit of sense about them. They were like, "You saw us, following you, and y'all ran, and it's suspicious." We like, nah, we were late to perform, and everybody that was out there was like, "Yeah, they here to perform." We showed them our name on the bill and everything. They was like, okay, okay, we're gonna let y'all go. This is a different scenario. So, man, if it wasn't for U Street and
Right.
it being home and all them people knowing, man, that would have been so. That's how much of a safe zone and home U Street was. So that story,
Yeah,
all
that's
those
an amazing
places she
story,
said,
man.
yeah, all those places she said, and El Tamarin and the grill.
Yeah,
And the grill, yes.
that's what's up. Um, so what have you been listening to lately, as far as music? Name like three artists of any genre.
uh, you go first.
Um, Producer wise, I don't know what he's been doing a whole lot lately, but man, I'm bananas over Troy Boy. This cat Troy Boy. Man, the shit that dude does, I'm just like, it's a beast. It's like trap, but it's not. It's like trap mixed with go-go or something. Like when he just it does that to you. You know what I'm saying? It make the stink face just come out. So I like him. Um, I'm digging on the jungle side, Lost City. They moving me. Um and shit, man. That's that's kind of it right now. As far as hip hop, it's a few different folks out that I'm feeling it. Like it's too many for me to zone in on one right now. But producer wise, Troy Boy and and jungle wise, Lost City.
That's what's up.
Okay. Well, I've only really been listening to our album
And
All right.
and I Luke Vibert did a whole jungle album that I had never heard before. And I was blessed with a copy of that in DC recently. So it's been on my, what do you call that? The repeat.
You talking about drum and bass for Papa?
No, no, sir. I'm talking about a whole new other thing.
Wow.
And it's really hard too. Not the jazzy Luke Vibert that we're used to.
All right.
But I've been listening to a lot of Luke Vibert.
That's what's up. That's dope.
Hmm.
As DJs, are you gonna DJ live on IG or Twitch? And what's your thoughts on DJing online?
Um, well, we've actually done some Twitch. We did was it the Free World Festival earlier this year?
Late.
Um, yes, I'm sorry. We are in 2021 now. Yes, I'm sorry. Uh, late last year. um, we've done a few IGs. But IG has got this thing where you can only do an hour, and if they start to hear what you're playing, and if it's they pick up on it, they might turn you off.
Right.
So we might stick with Twitch a little, a bit more because even if they do silence your music, you can still hear it. You know what I'm saying? Like you just press play, so they don't take your stuff down. But yeah, I think that and maybe Mixcloud. I hear Mixcloud has a nice live um avenue that we probably will be venturing down in the near future.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. Mixcloud is been ramping up their live thing, their live capabilities
Hmm.
since COVID. That's where you can find most of my mixes. Um,
Yeah,
with Mixcloud, Raphael
most of them.
77.
That's
Yeah.
that's dope. And what are your thoughts about DJing online? Like, I know it's different from like DJing at a venue.
Hmm.
It still make me nervous because
Either way, huh?
you can have 5 people, you can have a few thousand people or more. It's the fact of knowing that somebody is getting a voyeur watch on you. You know what I mean? You still live. You still, you know what I'm saying? Like if you mess up,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying? It's out there. But I like it. I like it. I don't like it more than live and in person, but I do like it just because it's out there to the world.
Hmm.
Right. I like the fact that if uh if you're in a different part of the world, you can tune in. You know what I mean? You don't have to spend a bunch of money and try to go to that place to see that person on that night.
Right.
Hopefully you can get into the venue. You know what I mean? Hopefully you can get on the plane to get to the venue, you know what I mean? Whereas here all you need is, some internet service and in whatever platform you're performing on. So I like that aspect of it. You can reach a lot more people
I'm all
online. You
over.
know what I mean?
I'm all over.
Yeah, and I like that aspect. I really do. I like that.
The only thing I don't like are the restrictions that the different platforms are
Right.
forced to put on you. You know what I'm saying? It's like as an artist, I wouldn't be. I mean, as an artist, you definitely want to get paid as you're supposed to get paid. But one thing coming, even though we don't sample as much, we still sample. But coming from the sample-based era, you
Right.
know, remembering how many artists were just kind of getting swallowed up in anonymity and just getting buried with the samples started popping off. So many artists from the 60s, 70s, 80s or before were being rediscovered, right? Um, like as an artist, if somebody is spinning me, I don't give a shit. I would like to get paid, but there's benefit and exposure too, right? So
Right.
so the fact that they shutting so many people down because you don't have permission and stuff like that. Like I think that's whack. I think at the very least it's like, okay, well, if you're not gonna pay the artist for whatever reason, you're not, your DJ status is not at a point where you can pay, or the platform you spinning on is not at a point where you can pay, then
Right.
definitely playlists should be given up. You know what I mean? Like how you see in some like promo videos, YouTube videos, the people who are cognizant of these things, they'll put a little small thing in the corner that says, who the music that they're talking over, who that music is by. I think at the very least they should do that, not just be like, oh, we're gonna take your whole post down because you
Mhm.
played these two artists who are upset that you played this shit in your mix. Like, I think that part is whack, but the exposure though, man, it's like it's you can't beat it all around the world at once. You
Yeah.
can't beat it.
Right.
Yep. That gives you new fans, and you know what I mean.
Especially overseas where they really, really appreciate music.
Yeah,
Not
definitely.
to
Right.
not to shit on the US, but you've been outside of the US, there's a different love for music, especially US music outside
Right.
the US. So man, you don't want your global exposure cut off because somebody's platform is like, you know what I'm saying?
True. Um. All right. So, what are your thoughts on music coming out from the DMV now, or coming out from DC? Hip hop
Mm.
music.
Is there hip hop
Thoughts?
coming out of DC? It's like no.
Well, okay.
Oh my god, you can edit that out. I'm sorry, that was.
I like it. I like it. I think I like the resurgence. I like the resurgence of the hip hop aspect. There's a balance. There's a lot of street hip hop out of DC. A lot of thugalicious, a lot of thug mentality. But
Hmm.
that is what it is. That's a reality in the DMV. Motherfuckers are trying to live. It's real. But at the same time, you know, there's a lot of cats who are trying to expand their minds. They're trying to, go above having to live under the table. You know what I mean? So that's breeding a balance of hip hop that's more intelligent, even on some thuggery. It's more intelligent thuggery, not just simple shoot 'em up, kill a nigga because you don't like him. You know what I mean? Like, so for every level of it, there's some intelligence balance. Like, I don't know if you know about Dime's son, his son Infinite.
Hmm.
That youngin, I think his handle on IG is production by Infinite or something like that. I think that's it. But
Mm.
Okay.
that youngin is a beast, and he's a good example of what a lot of the young cats that's coming out of the DMV are doing. So I'm fucking with it. I like it. I'm glad to see it. I want to be that old head that's not coming in like, well, look, when we was coming up, we was doing it like this. I just want to be, I would love to be involved as just that old head that's like, damn, this an old head and he on the
Mhm.
same vibe. We feeling each other. Let's bridge that gap because it don't need to be, a young versus old gap. You know what I'm saying? It don't need to be that. So I'm loving it. I'm loving the vibe.
I'm liking that new amphibian shit. I don't know what's going on.
Hey,
God,
why
Oh,
you
thank you
bullshitting?
very much. Thank you.
Why you bullshitting?
it's just for real though. While you bullshit, like, shoo, I was like, really? Wow.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, we felt that it was time.
that's my
Yeah, I'm loving
Like, it
that.
was
I'm
time
loving that.
before, but we were knuckleheads, so like we had some growing up to do.
It's all good.
But like I'm glad we got together. Well, it's funny because like the beginning of COVID
Right.
got everyone together, and then we just started from there. So that's it.
Yeah. There's like a few positive outlooks that this pandemic has actually, you know what I'm saying, brought about, and this is one of them. I'm really digging that.
Right. Which comes
yeah.
to the next question. I know this pandemic has been rough on everybody. You know that, but What kept you guys busy during this time?
The music,
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
music.
Do
Okay.
something different, wanting to do something more.
Mhm.
And definitely, you know, not, I don't want to sit around and twiddle my thumbs, you know what I'm saying, and do the same thing that everybody else is doing and complaining that the pandemic is this and you know, like, nah, man, let's do something. So we put our minds together and we're just like, let's just do it. Let's do it.
Yeah, it was. I mean, rest in peace for everybody. That's not here with us now, and much love to the families that's going through stuff. But man, like part of the reason it took so long for the F bomb to come out was because the plantation was just so time consuming that by the time you get home, from
Yeah.
making master his money, you got like about an hour or two to work on some music, and don't let it be a day that you just you tired and you just like, man, fuck it. So the pandemic hit, and really that was the opportunity that was needed to go in on that project. And for us it was kind of a it was definitely it was a definite portal, a definite, I don't want to say blessing, but maybe I'll just say opportunity. The universe provided an opportunity because for about maybe 6 months before, I kept talking to Territory. I was like, yo, man, what if we had the opportunity to be like how it was when we was in college, or the early U Street days when you had way more time to
Yeah.
work on music? What if the universe gave us that opportunity? And this is before the pandemic.
Mhm.
And the pandemic hit, and I was like, oh shit, man, universe is speaking. If we don't do this album and do it well and do it now,
Right.
the universe gonna suck up all our skills. We ain't gonna never have another creative moment. You know what I mean? Like the equipment just gonna break. We never go. We like
Okay.
universe is giving us this opportunity. So that's what has happened with us for the pandemic. It's just been creativity.
That's the same for us. That's the same for us. I mean, we before the pandemic, we had our lives different. People had jobs, people had nightlife jobs, and
Yeah.
we wouldn't have time to get together and talk about it, or we would, but then we would like go to our different lives. This pandemic was sort of like, you don't want to call it a blessing, but it was at the same time because it
Yeah.
gave us time to create and time to like
Right.
get together and build something. So that, I mean, I can definitely relate on that. It's like a blessing in disguise, sort of.
Yeah. It's
Hmm.
like you're
Because
healthy.
we
You
did.
being
I swear, if this pandemic never happened, um, I don't know if the amphibians would be coming and would put out their music right now.
okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay. It's
Right.
definitely been a prioritizing thing too, because I mean the whole while, beforehand, I was always knowing and feeling like, you know, this working, literally 16, 17, 18 hours a day.
Hmm.
This ain't what I'm here for. This ain't what I moved out here for. You know what I'm saying? Like this is it's slavery. Fuck it. That's why I call this shit the plantation. I mean, if you look up the word employee, the employee employer relationship is that of a slave to a slave master. Like that's real. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, just the opportunity was, it spoke too many volumes. Like you're healthy. You better do something right now. You better take advantage of this opportunity, and you better really remember now what you're here for. Like life will make you forget that you're not here to serve it, but you're here to live it, right? human being, not human doing, and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
No,
So
you're
it's been a reminder.
absolutely right. I mean, yep. I mean, you gotta take that. It's the opportunity that's in your face right now. You can be, if you're meant to be creative, this is the time to come
Yeah,
shine.
yeah, yeah.
Shine like this light in front of me, but like,
The shine. That's right.
you know. Um, so tell us about the music scene out there. I know you got before the pandemic, you got to experience the music scene out in the West Coast.
Man,
Mm.
the music scene out here is it's everything. It's a melting pot. It's like DC, but it's in terms of many, 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 many different cultures all in one area, more spread out for sure. But it's everything you want out here. It's rock, it's hip hop, it's jazz, it's classical, it's all the electronic genres. You know what I'm saying? So it's out here, and it's what you make it. You know, um,
Mhm.
you got to get your grind on for sure, and you got to really just throw yourself out there. You really got to throw yourself out there so you can get exposed. I mean, yeah, I mean, exposure that's the thing. So it's out here. I personally, I've had a chance to really experience um like the back end of Cali's heyday. I'm gonna say hip hop heyday.
Okay.
The first one, not like the now where you got the Tyler the Creator and the Kendrick Lamar. Like this is kind of their new heyday. But
Hmm.
the back in the day, oh man, it's all of a sudden escaping me. But shit, what was it? It's where Jurassic 5, Freestyle Fellowship, Black Eyed Peas, um, you know what I'm saying? All that whole movement, all of a sudden it's on the tip of my tongue and I'm forgetting it. Joey, you know what it is.
A good life.
The Good Life, yes. I,
Okay.
I mean, I came right on the back of that. I mean, like, I got to kick it with all those cats. I even got to kick it with Will I Am like twice. You know what I'm saying? Just before Black Eyed Peas blew up. Like, it wasn't no like super duper hangout, but just a couple of times, we wound up in the same spot, and it's like, oh, okay, what's up? But then the nigga blew up, and that was what it was. But like, really got a chance to kick it with cats like AC Alone, Peace,
Mhm.
those cats. Got to kick it with Planet Asia a little bit. Um, Medusa, um, shit, man. A few different. So I got to come out on the back end of their heyday. So that was pretty cool. Um, that whole vibe was just like camaraderie. Everybody wanted to see everybody make it. So that was a nice thing to come out here into.
That's dope. And Territory, I hope you get to experience the music scene out there.
Okay,
Once
I'm
it's
ready.
open, once
She
things
ready. Okay.
you know. So you both are part of DC's music history.
Hmm.
Tell us what you like to pass on to the next generation that wants to do what you do.
Hmm. Work. Okay.
Go.
Don't pull everybody else down. Do your work. Basically, that's it. Um, don't expect a handout because it's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? And love what you do. You know what I'm saying? Put a lot of love into it, especially uh, if you want to get somewhere with it. You know what I mean? If it's just going to be a hobby, okay, well, go do the hobby. You know what I mean? But if you really want to make it somewhere, you have to put in some work and some love, genuine work and love, Definitely.
Yo.
Yeah, I would say originality definitely is key. You know, the copycat era, you know, that is come and gone. You know, it
Yeah.
had its time. You know what I'm saying? But now that the industries and the labels have kind of been um chumped up a little bit, you know, like y'all can't just sit up here and think that you're gonna run and regulate everybody because motherfuckers don't have to fuck with you no more if they don't really want to. You know, originality is back, is back, you know what I'm saying? But as far for DC, the DMV, I would say hustle and
Mm.
then hustle some more. And when you think you hustle, you probably actually haven't hustled enough. So hustle some more, right?
Yes.
Do your craft and do that thing to death. And don't be scared of critique. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
if somebody tell you your shit is whack, ascertain if that person is a hater or not, right? And if they not, then you might really need to check your stuff. Because if you ever do any research of artists who have made it, like the artists that you really respect, they had people in their corner in the studio with them that would tell them, nah, yo, that verse ain't that verse ain't it. Or they'd be like, man, that beat's all right, but you know, something ain't right. You know what I'm saying? So like don't be scared to get critiques. Don't be scared to ask for critique. You know, look forward to somebody telling you when your shit ain't right so you can fix it. Because you don't want to
Right.
get past the DMV only to find out that your shit is whack and you just had a bunch of yes men in your corner, right? And,
Okay.
and the other thing is, man, if it's one thing I didn't get out of being out here in Cali, bro, the hate and the backstabbing of I don't want to say crab mentality because that can get you hurt saying crab out here. That's a disrespectful gang term, but the backbiting in that animal in that crustacean in the pot mentality
Mm-hmm.
that has been plaguing DC
Yeah.
forever. Only seems to be hip hop. You can be R&B out of DC, it's all good. You can be rock and roll out of DC, it's all good. Jazz, everything else is all love. It's all love amongst the artists. But when it comes to hip hop, man, mugs don't stick together. You know, put your hustle hard, hustle harder. Put your money where your mouth is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Keep your dick in your pants, and instead of spending money on hoes and hotels and turn up, buy some equipment. You know what I'm saying? Pay for some mastering. You know what I'm saying? Um, put your money together, especially for all the street cats. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? If you ain't never learned from Rockefeller, you should have learned. Put your money, do what you got to do, but bring that money back and put it towards that thing that's going to elevate you up out of that lifestyle, right? Put your money together, and then when you start to get some buzz, don't get big headed at that point. Keep rocking and rolling. Make sure y'all all stick together, and don't be so quick to want to go off and do your own thing now that you got a little bit of buzz, within 95, within the beltway. You know what I'm saying? Like, wait till your crew done been on one or two or three world tours. Get out there, and then y'all can start to express your creativity in your own individual ways. And that's another thing, and this would be my last thing: be upfront with each other. If your thing is to be a solo MC, don't keep that on the dolo and be in somebody group. But for real, you just waiting to break wide or break left because you know you doper than everybody else in your group. You need to be that one in your group to tell everybody or tell the other MC or tell the weak link MC, hey bro, elevate your shit a little something. Like you might want to rewrite that whoop de woo. You know what I'm saying? So that way, when you do finally blow up and everybody got exposure. When people start to branch off, it's all love. You encourage each other, do your thing, right? You be more apt to include each other rather than be like, man, I ain't fucking with that nigga. I always thought he was whack anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing you've seen also in this world is once you get up there, you ain't gonna stay up there forever.
Right.
There's gonna be a point where even if you don't come back down, you ain't gonna be up there. Let me say out there versus up there. You know what I'm saying? So at some point, you're gonna have to come back home, or you're gonna see your mans and them at the club or at the grocery store. You're gonna see these people and you're gonna want it to be cool again. So like, man, DC just love each other, man. DMV love each other. Stick together, work together, and put your money where your mouth is.
There it is. There it is. That's dope. Very dope, man. So what's next for Elders of Zion and you as individuals?
Hmm.
More,
Did you
more,
say more?
more. Yeah, yeah.
More.
MORE and MOOR.
Oh,
Yeah, I
Little
mean,
bit more, a little bit more.
I,
Yeah.
I'm feeling me personally. I'm like definitely wanting to continue to explore the house realms that we've been tapping into, the jungle realms, the drum and bass realms. Um, but maybe hunkering down or anchoring a little more um, straight hip hop, trying to figure out if we want to do play with the samples again. Um,
Yeah, we didn't do any samples, did we?
we didn't do any sampling
No.
on this album. I want to sample. I love sampling, and I'm not bragging, but I'm bragging. I cut, I cut and chop with the best of them.
He love his samples.
yep.
But bro, I don't like paying that money, man.
Yeah.
So
Gotta
it's kind of
chop
hard
it.
to figure. Yeah,
The
yeah,
premier
hey,
chop it or something, you know?
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, I think we might have to re-explore the old school, the basics of hip hop, but just step it up to a point where we don't have to pay nobody. You know what I'm saying? So just more and deeper, and I think there's that word again, but more exposure.
More
Uh,
Right.
definitely, definitely want to go just more exposure. Like right now, we've gone wood enough to build a fucking log cabin. So it's like, well, let's build a log cabin then. Shit,
Okay.
you know,
With the fireplace. How about that?
with the
oh,
fireplace.
built it up. You can just build it up to however fancy you can get, you know? And
Yep.
you want
Indeed.
that, like, log cabin. I got a pool. I got this, got that, you know?
Yeah, because I seen some log cabins that's phenomenal. So one thing we definitely doing is, I mean, especially with this first album, with the number of tracks that we got, like we're going to wind up having at least a nice catalog. And I've found that a lot of artists that hit when they finally get serious, because I'm gonna say we finally, as an artist, I'm finally like really really serious with the loop. We were serious.
Right.
The organic symmetry, we were serious. But like I said, when we felt like we had hustled, we hadn't hustled enough. That's just real. We needed to hustle probably 5 or 6 times more. So I'm gonna say now, as a more serious artist, it's just stepping it up, getting more exposure, and kind of hunkering down in our foundation.
That's dope. That's dope. Are there any artists you want to work with in your future
Mm.
projects? Do you want to collaborate with other artists?
Mm.
Family wise, or on a different
Family
level.
wise or Q-tip wise? I don't know. Anybody.
Sure. The amphibians. Um, Erica Badu. It's just something about her. I just, I really would like to be in her presence, and
Look, you put that energy out there, it's gonna happen.
I'm sure it will.
Yeah, that would
um,
one. I like Erica.
Yeah, I think Erica would
You
be
know,
pretty
joke.
cool. I think she'd like us.
She ain't no.
Um, I'd like to work with like Goldie
Okay.
and Ronnie Size. These are jungle artists,
Right.
old school. Um, their music. I like their tracks. Do a collaboration with them. Would be pretty cool. Just on some old school shit.
Ah, that's dope.
um, Amphibians. Did I say? Did I mention them? I mentioned them already. Oh, okay. I was just making sure.
Oh,
Face.
that'll happen. That'll definitely happen.
Yeah, I could totally see some amphib collaboration. There's a lot of cats from the DC scene.
Yeah,
That
calm down, man.
yeah, no bullshit. There's a few cats from the DC scene I'd like to mess with. Flying Lotus, I'd like to fuck with him. Georgia Ann Muldrow, I'd like to
Mm.
fuck with her.
Ooh, yeah, she's dope.
Susie Analog, I'd like to fuck with her.
Yeah,
Uh,
she's pretty cool.
yeah, there's a few artists I wouldn't mind collaborating with. MCs, like I said, there's a few cats from DMV. Definitely, I definitely want to do some more stuff with Dimes. Um, shit. Um, yeah, it's kind of hard to pull them off right now, but those are the names that jump to the front of my brain right now.
That's what's up. Now, like I said, you put that energy out there, it's gonna happen. Watch.
Shabazz Palaces. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I'm
Who?
gonna fuck with Shabazz Palaces.
There you go.
That's Ishmael from Diggable Planets.
Yes.
Fly.
Hmm.
He's
Yeah,
dope.
he's cool. He's approachable. He stay busy, but he's an approachable dude, and I like what he's doing, man. Like, yeah, man, Shabazz Palaces for sure.
That's dope. Like I said, you put that energy out there, it's gonna happen. Watch your
Mhm.
next album. That's
Exactly.
dope.
Exactly.
Um, so where can people find you or find your music and you on social media?
Well, I'm pretty much DJ Territory on IG. I don't have a Facebook right now. I pretty much stay on IG as the social media. Mixcloud,
Mhm.
SoundCloud, all DJ Territory.
And you, sir?
Oh yeah, my bad. Oh, I forgot my homeboy Jay Canizzle too. He's my old partner. We did an album out of Taos, New Mexico called Concentrated Efforts.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, at any rate, people can find me on IG at Raphael767 and on Mixcloud at Raphael767 as well. No Facebook. Um, and then they also people can just go to the Elders of Zion page on Instagram too.
Yes.
Elders with an S,
Yes.
not a G.
Yes.
Elders of Zion underscore official.
Official,
Haven't
yeah.
heard the F bomb. Amazing.
Yes.
Love it. I mean, I would suggest it for everybody to hear because full out energy. It's dope. Hopefully, like soon we get to see them perform. you know,
Hey.
if ever we come out of this pandemic.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yes, so this is it. Fresh Convos, Elders of Zion. Make sure you hit up amphibians.com, get that merch, got the t-shirt, also got the
Yeah.
C popular joints.
Got that merch.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
Yo, thanks a lot.
Yeah, no doubt.
Dope.
Thank you, Joey.
And yes, please check the album out on Bandcamp and
Yes.
check them out on IG.
Yes. Check them out.
Peace.
All right.
Yeah, and also I gotta add on that when I first got to LA, the whole reason I was able to even get plugged into that whole good life vibe was I was messing with this group called Dark Leaf, and they're like the legend to all those groups I mentioned. Like all those groups looked up to Dark Leaf and was pretty much waiting for Dark Leaf to come out. Um, when I first got out here. But yeah, so shout out to Eclipse Longevity, Jolly Power Son, Kemet Kuto Shabazz, and shoot, actually shout out to Ahmed Metalogic again, because he also was in Dark Leaf too. So yeah, that's how I got into that whole good life thing.
We